Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with MI.
What's going on, guys?
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Kanye West's recent rant, and the next thing we're going to be talking about is the gatekeepers in the music industry, the 3 record labels that oversee it all. Let's get right into it. The first thing I wanted to talk about was some of the things that Kanye West said when he was recently at Drink Champs. It appears that every week there's something new going on with Kanye. In this interview, Kanye seems to confirm many of the things we have been discussing on this channel. While at Drink Champs, Kanye seems to go off on some of the biggest names in the industry. He calls out Meek Mill, calling him a snitch, and making claims that Meek Mill was released from prison just to sabotage his life. This is one of the things that caught me off guard, but I must admit, I found it interesting. Did they really release Meek Mill out of prison so he can bring down Kanye? As unlikely as it sounds, it could be a possibility. We know these artists take the oath and follow agendas, so I wouldn't be surprised if those who truly run Hollywood were able to make something like this happen. Kanye also called out Diddy and again states that Diddy is controlled by the Jewish people who run the music industry. Kanye West also called out Kim Kardashian, stating that she took his children away from him. The most important thing that Kanye stated was when he admitted that Tupac and XXXTentacion were taken out. He then made the bold statement that he guesses he's next then. Even though I don't believe Kanye is in any real danger, or is in any way truly against the agenda, he is still revealing the truth for whatever selfish reason. On this channel, we have spoken about this very thing many times, and like Kanye, I believe XXX was targeted. These artists that take the oath and go on Lucifer's side often realize that Lucifer is only loyal to himself and his agenda. He uses those who took the oath until he no longer needs them, and if the artist is becoming a problem, they pay the ultimate price. Even though Kanye is saying all this, I don't believe he is breaking the oath. For some reason, like we have seen time and time again, the industry loves painting Kanye as a vigilante or even sometimes a villain. But in my opinion, Kanye is honestly just controlled opposition. He is a Masonic puppet who does whatever he is told. Kanye states himself that he is surrounded by handlers, people who advise him on every move. The fact that he was even allowed on Drink Champs is suspicious to me, as usually when an artist is being targeted and cancelled, they're not given any chance to talk. We all have to remember what level Kanye is at in the industry, and who Kanye interacts with on a daily basis. The level that Kanye made it to in the industry alone proves he's sold out. In the Dark Truth video I did on Kanye, I showed countless proof of Kanye selling his soul and taking the oath. He even admits it out of his own mouth during one of his concerts. In Kanye's Power video, we see it full of Masonic imagery, with fallen angels being displayed in the video. In my opinion, Kanye has shown too many times that he is a part of the Masonic order. Even though it appears Kanye is exposing the industry, he isn't really naming the names he knows if he named would get him in trouble. It all just seems like he's eager for attention. Since the whole situation happened at Drink Champs, Nore has come out and stated that he shouldn't have done the interview with Kanye. I don't understand why Nore even did the interview with Kanye if Kanye is supposed to be cancelled. The real question is the industry really trying to get rid of Kanye? Or is this just another one of Kanye's stunts to manipulate his fans? The thing is with me when it comes to Kanye, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's theatrics. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. And I honestly do not buy the fact that he's really exposing the agenda. Maybe he's doing this now for some personal gain or for a personal reason. What do you think, MI?
I mean, Kanye West tends to expose things here and there, but we don't know how much of what he's saying has any truth to it. But we do know that the Jewish people control a lot of it. We know that they found Hollywood, and like Kanye West said, they control Disney. And we see what goes on with Disney,
Kanye West could be exposing the industry right now. That's not something that I wouldn't say he would do, but I don't think he's doing it for the greater good. I think that Kanye West has an agenda behind what he's doing right now. Because if we go back to those messages when he was talking to Diddy, if we read the messages, there's a point where he literally tells Diddy that no one comes in between his money, no one messes with his money. So he's not doing any of this with the White Lives Matter shirt, with all this ranting and all this exposing. He's not doing it, to show people the truth and to help people. He's doing it for his personal gain. He's doing it to make money and to get more attention. Kanye is someone that's obsessed with himself. He's so consumed with himself. The way he talks about himself, he worships himself. So in his mind, he's above everybody else. He uses people basically to fuel whatever he wants. He knows that he has manipulation over his fans. He knows that he can convince them to do what he wants them to do. And that's the sad thing. Most people just fall for that. This right here, it seems interesting, don't get me wrong. But are we really gonna trust Kanye? We know Kanye is down with them. We know Kanye has gotten paid by them. I literally just showed Kanye wearing shirts with Baphomet on it, wearing pants with Baphomet on it. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what his purpose is. He's playing this superhero, this vigilante almost, exposing the industry. But at the same time, what are you exposing it for? What are you truly getting out of it? Because we know you're not doing it for free. You're not doing it to help us. You're not doing it for any beneficial reason. There's got to be an agenda behind this. Maybe this is all staged. You know, maybe they're all involved with this.
Yeah, because once again, Kanye West is on all the headlines. He's everywhere once again.
He already knows what he's doing. This is his technique that he uses every single time. He says something crazy or does something that most people would talk about, you know, feeds off all that attention, uses all that attention to sell his music, to push this or his clothing or his shoes. This is what he's done over and over and over. What Kanye is talking about definitely has importance. That I'm not going to deny. I will not stand here and say that what he's saying doesn't have any importance, because in a way, what he's saying is true. There are people that run the industry. There are people that are handlers to these artists that keep them in check. We've seen this so many times.
Listen, you know that he was talking something real when Nore tried to cut him off, when Nore got a little scared or whatever he was saying. He was like, yo, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there before you go any further. He was telling him that. So you know there was some truth there, you know?
You gotta remember, isn't Drink Champs owned by Revolt?
Yeah, you know they all down together. They all in the same bed.
Exactly. So if Drink Champs is owned by Revolt, Kanye is on there talking bad about Diddy, who owns Revolt, who basically owns that show. That's why we see Nore acting that way. Nore not only is protecting his job, but he probably took the oath.
Yeah, he came out apologizing, saying that he felt like he should have stopped Kanye West from talking about the BML movement, and he was like, oh, I apologize. I felt like I should have did more. I take full responsibility. He came out apologizing it. But you know that after Kanye West making these statements, if he's not saying nothing true, why are these banks closing his account?
So the average person, them seeing that would raise alarm. But to me, I still see it as theatrics, and I know what that means. Yeah, they close his account, but it doesn't mean anything. It's not like they stole his money or anything. He just take his money and put it in a different bank. And the reason why Chase would do it is because Kanye right now, what he is doing is self-destructing for the sake of attention. You know, and all these businesses that are running an agenda, that are working with that agenda, that they operate within the lines of this agenda, they're going to react to whatever Kanye is doing because, like I said, Kanye is acting as the villain. And in order for it to be believable, they have to treat him like the villain. You understand? Let's freeze his account. Let's do this. Let's do that. But in reality, are they really doing anything to stop Kanye? No, there's really nothing they can do unless they stop Kanye by taking him out. But what I do find important out of this is that by them doing this whole theatric scene, they're exposing themselves in a very interesting way. He says this in a Drink Champs interview as well. He says that he has a bunch of handlers. He admits this himself, that he is surrounded by handlers. That's an important thing to consider. What makes you think that those handlers aren't controlling his very moves right now?
Yeah, listen, all the drama around Kanye West, right? Hey, Kim Kardashian kidnapped my kids. Meek Mills is a snitch. Diddy's this. He goes on, he acts wild, he does all these crazy things. But he's the richest black man in American history still. So you're right, you know? This could definitely be a part of their little plan just to sell more, make something bigger out of whatever is going on behind the scenes that we don't see.
Yeah, exactly my point. I want to go into some of the things that Kanye West said.
That want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though.
Travis gave me the address. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whatever, none of these, all you fake hard, you.
Wait,
no, hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't nobody anyway. And the reason why you talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that, and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my car. So y'all shut up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut up about Michael.
Right.
All I'm Michael now.
Right,
Every Michael you can think of. So I want y'all to run up on me.
No.
I want y'all to come kill me.
No.
Do all you rap about.
No.
Hold on. All you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please. Or otherwise, shut up, Triple X, Tupac. That's what Larry was saying.
Right.
My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
He said that Meek Mills is a snitch, and that's how Meek Mills was able to get out of prison. He said that Diddy wants to get him because he's exposing the industry. And something interesting that I found that he said that they're trying to do to him what they did to Triple X Tentacion. That's very interesting to me. With them doing this whole charade, they're exposing themselves. Kanye West saying this just proves what I've been saying for a very long time. What happened to Triple X Tentacion was not what it appeared. It was set up. I honestly felt that since it happened. I felt like that was the price he paid for his fame. Kanye West is saying that if you mess up in the industry, this is what they'll do to you.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. That is the truth. But why is Kanye telling us this? That is the question.
That's what I'm saying. Why? Like, what is his agenda behind this? You know, like, does he really not care right now? Or is he just a part of a whole plan? Or is he really going against them? Because maybe he really is sick and tired of what's going on, you know?
The thing is, I feel like if Kanye was really against them right now, he wouldn't be getting any type of publicity. We would only see negativity about Kanye. They wouldn't allow Kanye to go speak. You know, thankfully, the people that watch this channel, they are aware already. They know that this is something he normally does. They know that if he's really against the industry, he wouldn't be here right now. You know, they would have already gotten rid of him.
So let me ask you something. Do you think Kanye West is going to run for president again in 2024? Because he had a 2024 hat on during Drink Champs. Do you think maybe he's doing all of this to try and gain something out of that to run for president again?
Honestly, you're making a great point there. I didn't even think about it like that. Maybe this could be part of his plan. Now, let's move on. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the gatekeepers in the music industry. I felt like this is something very important, and I can't believe that I haven't gotten to it sooner. The three biggest record labels in the industry are Universal Music Group, Sony Entertainment, and Warner Bros. Those are the three biggest labels in the industry. But not only are they the three biggest labels in the industry, those are the only three labels in the industry. Those are the three labels that run it all. None of these other labels truly matter. The ones who call the shots are UMG, Sony, and Warner Brothers. So when you think of the overall agenda, those are the ones that are pushing the agenda. Those are the ones that are in charge. When we talk about the people that run the industry, we got to talk about Sir Lucien Grange. And I've already mentioned Sir Lucien Grange several times in several different episodes. He is literally the most powerful man in the industry. He is the head of UMG. So most of the biggest artists like The Weeknd, Ariana Grande are signed and they listen to him. He's the one that says, this is what goes down, this is what doesn't. That's the man with the power. Now, when it comes to Sony, the head of Sony is named Rob Stringer. Rob has similar amount of power. He's the one that dictates what music is popping, what music is not, what music gets heard. It's not about what you like. It's about what they like. They're the ones that dictate culture. Believe it or not, they're the ones with all the money and power. And if they say it's gangster rap, it's gangster rap. And then for Warner Bros. Is Aaron Bay Schnook. I'm gonna show you guys all the labels that are under these labels. And I won't be able to put all the artists in there because it's literally just every artist that's signed to a label, period. If they're signed to a label and they're mainstream, they're under one of these three labels. These three labels are the ones that dictate everything. And if we go back to Academics' conversation, in that video I spoke about how Academics talked about going to an Illuminati meeting, right? He said in this Illuminati meeting that Sir Lucien Grange was there and all the biggest executives in the industry. So essentially, the ones that run those three labels were in the room together, talking and plotting together and making moves together. So then if you think about it, essentially, it's all just one label because they're all pushing just one agenda.
Yeah, and to the naked eye, we thinking, hey, they going against each other, or this record label makes more money than that one, but when in reality, they all together.
This is where we see the problem with the music industry. Most people only blame the artist. I'm not one of those people. I blame the executives as well. I've already made several videos where I said these executives are the ones that are signing these artists that are causing all the destruction, and they're living in their mansions collecting all the revenue. They don't care if K-Flock caught a body or if this rapper caught a body. They don't care about that. They don't care if their rapper passes. They don't care about none of that. What they care about is that money.
Of course not. The big bag that's coming after that, after the passing of all these artists or the destruction, either or.
Exactly. And what we're seeing now from the industry, it's because these three labels allowed it. They allowed drill to be where it is today because ever since Chief Keef came out with that genre of music, we saw the labels jump on it. I'm not saying Chief Keef created it, but he definitely popularized it, and the labels picked it up from Chief Keef, spread it all over the country.
So let's take it back to Kanye West then. You think he has some truth then? Because he's pretty much saying it's these group of people that control everything. He's not holding back on that part.
If Kanye West is exposing anybody, these are the three people that he needs to expose. These are the three people that truly run the industry, and I haven't heard him say any of their names. You understand? I haven't heard him mention Sir Lucien Grange, mention any of the other two guys that I mentioned in this video. And those are the ones that truly run the industry. Those are the ones that really have the power. If he was talking about handlers, those are the ones that are in control of the handlers. And then we have other gatekeepers like, Diddy and Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. But even them, they fall under these music executives, these heads of the labels, because they have to sign off of everything they do. If Dr. Dre wants to sign an artist, they have to sign off on it.
And unfortunately, you would think that these dudes are coming in to help their people, and maybe they are helping them with taking them out the hood and changing some of their lives, but they're causing more destruction than anything.
And they use them to spread destruction. The moment that they stop making money or they stop having influence, they don't help them no more. Them labels don't care about these artists. They care about what they are used for, which is to, like you said, make tons of money and to have control over us, which they have great amounts of.
Oh yeah, and our children, man. We've seen all the people that Diddy screwed over in his career,
Yeah, like with Mace, I saw Mace talking about all the rappers, and that was interesting as well. Mace was talking about all the rappers that were signed to Diddy at one point, and he was saying how they all passed already, and they were all having problems with Diddy before they passed, and they weren't receiving the money they were entitled to. When we think about Biggie, like you said, Biggie was supposed to leave Diddy's label. That was what he was intending to do, and then he passes away. We know these life insurance kick in. We know that Biggie ended up selling millions more after he passed. Who do you think made a good amount of that money? Diddy.
And the gatekeepers.
And the gatekeepers, of course.
They eat off of everything that Diddy sees.
Exactly. And they get more than Diddy.
Of course.
At the end of the day, we have to understand that this is how the industry operates. When I say you have to take the oath, this is what I mean by taking the oath. You take the oath and you agree to do whatever they tell you for the money that they pay you. You have to become a puppet, and they're the ones that are pulling the strings. They're the ones that'll tell you go left or go right, and if it's okay for you to make that move. This is the world we live in. When I tell you guys to step back from the industry and just see it for what it really is, this is what I want you to see. The industry is flawed, it's corrupted, and it's ran by the devil and the devil's people. The devil's people are the ones that are pushing this agenda, controlling us through music, guiding us to this burning end that so many of us sadly are gonna end up meeting.
These artists, they can't sit there and say, oh, I didn't know that I was throwing up the 666, or I didn't know that I was doing the all-seeing eye when I cover one eye. When you see them do this with almost every artist, and you know that there's people out here telling the truth like us, and they still just act like they don't know what's going on. They ignore it. They're all a part of the system, and the system, it just grows and grows, and it brings down whoever's willing to get brought down.
This is the industry that they chose to get into. You guys don't need to choose to blindly let them manipulate you. That's the reason why the industry is the way it is. These are the people that are in charge. These are the people that are setting the rules. When you think about the gatekeepers, make sure you think about these three guys right here. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.